Good evening. 2 children from Cheltenham remain seriously injured in hospital after a school coach crashed in France. It was carrying 42 teenagers from Bourneside School when it crashed on the A39 near the Swiss border yesterday. Police in France have suggested that the driver may have fallen asleep at the wheel. 2 students were airlifted to hospital. Another 10 were treated at the scene. The majority of the pupils will return to the UK tonight, including Mandy Sargent's son.
He said, "I just want you to know, before you see anything, I'm all right." He's just got some scratches, apparently, from broken glass. Can't describe how relieved. Just want them to get home safe. I can't wait for the coach, or some of them apparently don't want to get on the coach. But I just want them home now.
A wildlife rescue charity in Somerset is struggling to deal with the number of casualties it's receiving because of a lack of drivers to pick them all up. Secret World says without new volunteers, the animals might not get the help they need in time. Bob Cruz reports.
This prickly character is just one of hundreds of creatures, big and small, being looked after at Secret World in Somerset this weekend. The recent hot spell has led to an increase in casualties, and 1,000 animals have been brought in during July. When the call comes in, many of the smaller species are picked up by volunteer drivers like Dave Pulley, who's been doing this for 15 years. But at the moment, he's sometimes having to make 10 separate collections in a day, so the animals are spending a lot of time in the boot of the car before they get the help they need at the rescue centre.
We could do with more drivers, especially in the Bristol and Bath area. At the moment, we need people to pick up small casualties in boxes from vets or people's homes, because while I'm doing small stuff, I cannot be on standby for the bigger, deer, foxes, badgers and stuff like that.
Today he's brought in a sick fox cub, which was found lying on a golf course. It joins the ever-growing menagerie at Secret World, overseen by founder Pauline Kidner, who's appealing for wildlife lovers with time to spare to lend a hand this summer.
So many people watch it on television and do feel that apart from the bird table out in the garden, there's not an awful lot that they can do. So this is a very important thing, because obviously the animal needs help and you're making them come in for care a lot quicker.
Just to give you an indication of the number of creatures that are being brought in every day, these are all the boxes and cages that contain the animals that came in just yesterday, well over 30 of them. Of course, once they get here, the animals all need feeding and watering, right down to the tiniest bat, and that's another challenge altogether. Bob Cruz, ITV News.
A young girl who has type 1 diabetes is about to set off on a marathon challenge to fundraise research into the condition. Holly Howard has set herself the task of cycling right across the country. She leaves from Weston-super-Mare tomorrow morning and hopes to reach Margate by the end of the week. The 400-kilometre journey is quite a stretch for an 11-year-old, but Holly wants to show everyone that the disease is no obstacle.
It's made it life just a bit harder. I have to inject or use my pump every meal, and that gets a bit of a hassle sometimes. You just get fed up with it. I do get days I'm just like, this is just taking over my life, but those are bad days. Most of the time it's just 5 minutes of my day that I have to put aside.
More than 300 tents, camping chairs and sleeping bags left over from Glastonbury Festival have been sold for charity. Firefighters rescued the camping equipment from the festival last month. Hundreds of people queued up this weekend to buy them. It's hoped they fetched even more than the £6,000 raised last year for the firefighters charity.
We go up to Glastonbury every year. This is the 4th year that we've done it. We take down all the discarded tents, we bring them back, we clean them up, and then we sell them here at the rugby club for bargain prices.
People across the West Country are being asked to keep an eye out for dolphins and whales from the region's coastlines. It's all part of an annual survey led by scientists at the Sea-Watch Foundation. Between now and next Sunday, people are being asked to report any sightings of the mammals. Now let's find out how the week's looking weather-wise. Philippa has our forecast.
Sunbathing, ice melting. Great Western Railway sponsors the ITV West Country weather.
Hello there. Well, the week ahead is looking fairly mixed. A bright and fresh start, but from midweek onwards, something a little more unsettled with rain or showers on the cards. Back to you tonight, then we lose any of today's cloud away eastwards. Behind it, a dry picture, clear spells as well, and fresher than recent nights too, with temperatures down to around 13 or 14 degrees. So tomorrow morning, a pleasant start. Some good sunny spells breaking through any cloud. Into the afternoon, little in the way of change. Still some good sunny spells around and just the chance of 1 or 2 showers. And then, as I said, midweek, something a little more unsettled on the cards, more in the way of clouds, some patchy rain and drizzle too, and feeling fairly breezy as well.
Great Western Railway sponsors the ITV West Country weather. Keeping a close eye on summer. The Pollen Count, sponsored by Ilogy Eye Drops.
So grass pollen levels are still high and weed pollen is making its presence felt as well. They'll stay high through the next couple of days and despite some rain or showers in the week, staying high throughout.
Not good news for hay fever sufferers then. There's plenty more news from the region on our website. Stay with ITV for the national news. We'll be back tomorrow during Good Morning Britain. But from me, goodbye.